Aberdeen, the energy capital of Europe due to the oil and gas in the North Sea. However, 50% of the UK's energy is imported, and given the situation in the Ukraine, some feel the Granite City could have a major part to play in creating alternative power sources. Here's Professor Paul Deleu, Director of the Energy Institute at Robert Gordon's University.
We have in Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire and the northeast of Scotland the capability to actually help both the energy transition as well as making sure we maintain the oil and gas production for the nation. We have the supply chain companies, we have the people, we've got the skills, we've got the universities, everything is in place here, the ecosystem works. What we now need to make sure is we focus that ecosystem on developing the renewables industry, developing the low carbon solutions, but also securing energy, oil and gas as part of the energy mix.
This wind farm off the coast of the city generates enough power for 80,000 homes. The city also introduced 15 buses running on hydrogen, which came into operation in January last year. And some of the major oil companies from across the world based in the city are also looking at ways to create energy. Here's Ross Donnan from Offshore Energies UK.
So it's companies like BP and Shell and Total, the household names within the oil and gas sector. People don't often know that they're some of the biggest investors in offshore wind. They're the companies that are going after hydrogen, going after carbon capture and storage. But they can only do that if we've got a strong oil and gas sector to allow them to transition from. And that's really important, therefore, that we continue to invest in our oil and gas resources as we go on that transition journey.
Given the infrastructure already in place in Aberdeen, it clearly makes sense to utilise that to provide our own energy in the United Kingdom. But that will take time and could prove difficult to execute due to a number of factors.
It's not going to happen overnight. We are currently 80% of all the energy we use in the country comes from fossil fuels, and over time it will decline. So we need to use the natural resources on our doorstep, the wind and anything else, to develop, to provide the low carbon solutions to get UK to net zero by 2050, Scotland to net zero by 2045. It is doable, but it's going to be challenging, and it's going to focus everybody's attention on delivering energy security, affordability, and particularly dealing with the climate emergency.
Given the current global situation, it looks highly likely that we're going to have to look much closer to home to produce the oil, gas and energy that we require. Davie Donaldson, GB News.